Hello, it's Debbie Gilbert from the Business Awards show, and I'm also the founder of the Best Businesswomen Awards. And today I'm joined by Anna Ball from Floral Image UK, who has just won the Best Green Business in the Best Businesswomen Awards this year. She has an incredible business, supplying beautiful flower arrangements that are everlasting. And I'm going to get her to tell you more about the business today, about why she entered the awards and what she's got from it, and a bit about the challenges of running a business around her family. So hello, Anna.
Hi Debbie. Thanks for having me on today.
So let's start by talking a bit about Floral Image UK. You have the UK license, it's a global franchise. So tell us a bit about the business and why you purchased a franchise.
It's quite a unique story to why we purchased a franchise. It starts with my husband and I met in a pub outside Lord's Cricket Ground in 2005. We were there with our parents, were drinking in the pub afterwards, met each other, and started a relationship. 4 years later, we thought we'll pop back to that pub and have a drink. And there in the pub, we met these two Australian guys, got chatting to them. And they were telling us about this idea that they just started with flowers, what they do. And my husband, being the entrepreneurial drive at that time behind us, said, oh, this is a good idea. And before we knew it, we were selling our home in Hove.
Oh my goodness.
Thousands, hundreds of flowers to the UK to start the business, because
amazing.
it was a good opportunity. And I was currently pregnant at the time and went on maternity leave, and it was me that then started this business from there. So
amazing.
It wasn't a dream I always had. I was a primary school teacher, very happy primary school teacher, and jumped out the frying pan into the fire, really, and it's been an incredible success.
I mean, we were treated to one of your gorgeous displays at the awards. Do those arrangements come ready-made, or do you design them? I mean, how do people decide what arrangements that they would like?
There's a design team behind the scenes. We work incredibly closely with Australia. I'd like to say the two co-founders in Australia are our best friends. They're part of our family. We try and see each other at least once a year. They come and stay in our home with us. We're really in it together. So the flowers are designed by design team because we want them to be as realistic as possible. I've learned along the journey, I wasn't a florist, that you can't just pop any flowers into any vase and expect an amazing product like we have. So our customers don't pre-order, because that would get very complicated, because we are rotating the flowers again with their lifetime span over 5 to 6 years. That enables it to be a sustainable business. But people can say if they've got preferences, and if our franchisees are to buy the flowers from us, which they do, they can have a preference. Say we'd like quite a heavy amount of country flowers, or certain colours, or tropical, and then we can try and ensure that they get a variety of what works in their area, because flowers that work in London might not work so well down in the mid depths of Sussex in country pubs. So we do have to be bespoke to certain areas and regions.
So generally your flowers are used by corporates or also in people's homes? Is it a variety of both?
It's a whole variety. It's mainly business. It's heavily business, because the business model works in that way. But what kind of business is open to every business? We motto every door on every floor, because we have a tattoo parlor with our flowers, we could have a 5-star hotel, we could have a beauty salon, opticians, lawyers, anyone who wants to brighten up their offices or workspace has the opportunity to use our flowers.
Amazing. And so what attracted you to buying a franchise as opposed to setting up a business yourself? Or did the franchise find you? It sounds like it probably did.
I feel like the franchise found us. We found the people, and it then began to work. I think there is a very strong benefit of having a franchise, because you are following on for a proven model. We were early days within Floral Image when we started, and we have been on the journey of the branding, the website, very involved, which is great. I think for our franchisees that come to buy off us, it's great that we can prove the model. We started our first franchise in Sussex, which is where we live.
Mhm.
I feel like we overcame a lot of teething problems in those 3 years before we then actually started to sell franchises in the UK.
Mhm.
Both myself, my husband, anyone involved in the team has been in those vans, out on the road. I feel like we've been there, we've done it. We still might even hop in a van if need be. And therefore we can work closely with our staff and our franchisees. It's not very much a top-down model. I feel like we're involved, which again gives more empathy to the people training and supporting.
So how many franchisees, sorry, have you got in the UK?
We've got 24 across the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got
Amazing.
right up in Fife in Scotland and down to Exeter and Plymouth in the southwest and across.
So do they buy a set area? Is that how it works?
Yeah, they buy territory. We've mapped out the territory. I mean, franchisees found us quite quickly once we started the ball rolling. We grew very, very quickly because people would see our product, and I think we have a unique product that sells itself as well. So people came involved, and we've mapped the territory out, and we cover the whole of the UK now.
It's amazing, and they look so well. They just look so lifelike. I mean, they are the best artificial flowers I think I've ever seen. Incredible.
And they're improving every year. Yeah, it's everything. But I think again, it's to strengthen the product, it's to strengthen the team behind the scenes in our master franchisor, all of that working together. And I think the communication between us, the master franchisor, the franchisees is strong, and that enables the product to be exceptional.
So what other countries across the world do they have Floral Image?
We've got 84 cities now. So we've got Australia's covered, America is growing quickly, and then we've got a few cities in Europe. So New Zealand, it's expanded exceptionally well across the world.
So was buying a business that is sustainable, was that quite important to you, the green credentials of it?
I think that's grown along the way. I think we were always aware of it, but as it's become, as the business has evolved, we've evolved with that and made sure, it's very important in this day and age that we're really thinking every day about how we ensure that we're, being sustainable, being green.
Yeah, because it's not kind to the environment to keep chopping down flowers and that last for a week and then they end up in compost heaps. It's not kind to the environment to do that for the insects and the biodiversity of the planet, is it?
No, absolutely. And it's the short lifespan there, whereas we have a training package in how to look after these vases of flowers to ensure that we can get 3 to 5, maybe even up to 6 years if they're really kept well. And
it's a long time.
Every month. So 60 times they can be used, 70 times, which is really important.
Are you finding more brides are using them for weddings now?
We do
increase.
have some weddings. I think the only thing with weddings is our vases are all different. So if a bride came and wanted 30 matching, that would make it hard. But I think when brides come to us and realise what we offer, even though we can't have everything matching, we can offer ways around that. A lot of brides are going partial, so they'll use us in some areas and in others. But again, that's still and it's cost cutting. We are a fraction of the cost as well, so that's appealing to people.
Exactly. So let's talk a bit about the challenges of running a business around your family. What's been the challenges there that you've had to deal with?
Well, when I started the business, I was pregnant and I had a little girl called Heidi, who I believed was a neurotypical child. But sadly, as the years has progressed, we realised Heidi was disabled. It took us 9 years to find out exactly what was wrong with her. And she has a rare condition called Rett syndrome, which is regressive. Therefore, she's losing her skills. She used to be able to walk around a lot. Now she's gradually using a wheelchair more, and she's losing a lot of use of her hands. She has very limited speech, but she's a very happy soul, and it has been very challenging to juggle both. But on the other hand, I believe a lot of my success and determination is from the the dark days I went through early on with her. I don't feel we're in that place now, but it was very challenging, and I felt it drove me to feel like the business needed to succeed.
So it was a big driver for you, really.
I honestly believe it was a big driver. I think it felt like make or break. So I was going to make it work. I think anyone who has a severely disabled child would empathise with the ups and downs, the pain, the hurt and the fight. And we didn't know what was wrong as well. So it was a soul searching time. But I feel like it's credit to her as well that's led me along this journey.
Oh, that's amazing. So in terms of awards, when did awards appear on your radar? Because you've been in business quite a long time now. So talk me through that.
Yes, we have. People kept saying to me, you should enter an award, Anna. You should enter an award. You should enter this award. And you know what it's like. You're busy running a family, running a business. It just kept falling off the bottom of the list. And I have a couple of friends, and they asked me in business, and they asked me to speak at a Women in Business event at Ardingly in March. And they'd won awards, and they were talking about their awards, and it did make me think, hang on a sec. Here. So it was then that I looked around, and I have entered one other award, but this is the second award I've entered. So it was a lovely surprise when it dropped into my inbox that I was up for 2 awards.
Yes, best business and also best green business. Incredible. And I think it's testament to your hard work, because you know ours is judged by a panel of experts. 3 different experts have looked at your entry independently, and I think you know it's time to put yourself, give yourself a big pat on the back, because you know A, you've been in business a long time, B, you've got 24 franchisees under your belt, and that's a success story. I mean, 24 people is a massive success story, because franchising can be very difficult, not only to recruit franchisees but to retain them, as you probably know. So to do both, and to 95 I think percent of businesses go under within 5 years. So the longevity of your business really does talk that success for you. I think the fact that you've done it for so long. So what are the lessons that you've learned along the way running your business?
I think get a work-life balance. That is really important. We now have a rule in our house: no laptop or Macs in the kitchen. Because my husband is heavily involved in the business with traveling and seeing the franchisees, and it's very easy to suddenly be trying to serve up dinner and be on your computer. And I think if you're going to run a house and a family and a business, you've got to know where to stop. And I haven't always got that right. I still don't always get it right. I think it's very important. Invest in your team. We talk about me, but actually, as I say, there's my husband along the way. Then there's the team around us. There's Ben and Graham in Australia. There's my amazing office team. There's our staff on the road. Then we've got our amazing franchisees. They've got to spend time with them all. I think we are personally invested in wanting our franchisees to do well. It is important. And invest in time in the people who are around you. I think trademarking and marketing is really important. Early on, we didn't have all the marketing right, but now I feel we did rebrand. Don't be scared to rebrand. We rebranded to a very strong brand, which now is spotted. My sister lives in Australia, and the amount of times she might spot a van and send it to me across the other side of the motorway. It's I think that's really important, and don't be scared to face what your problems. If you've got a problem, ask for help. I think, especially when you start a business, I know a lot of franchisees come to me for help, and if I'm not sure, I'll reach out. But I think it's communicate and talk to people, because a lot of people are doing a similar thing, and therefore sharing it.
I think that's good advice. Definitely good advice. Are you looking to expand and take on more franchisees, or are you at the level you want to be?
We have got a couple of areas for sale. So we're looking to sell them for our franchisees, just because they're in different spaces in their life. And I think across the UK, we're pretty much covered, but I think we want growth in the fact of more customers. So franchisees, again, like everybody, the pandemic hit us. we've come out a strong business the other side, but I think people still feel that they now want to try and push forward and just grow their territories a bit more.
So what areas have you got for sale? You can share that with us. You never know, someone might be listening.
Floral Image Newcastle.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Newcastle's up for sale, and Fife.
And Fife.
So
and we had a strong Newcastle contingent at the awards this year. It was bizarre. I think we had 4 a gold winner and 3 silver winners all came from Newcastle this year. So yeah,
the franchise.
Yeah. Okie doke. And then do you kind of do team building activities with your franchisees? Do you manage to get them together once a year, or is it geographically impossible to do that?
We haven't since COVID. We had before, and actually it is on the cards for early next year.
Oh, brilliant. And what else is on the cards for 2024? Have you got any other plans?
What else is on the cards? To keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at some specific training, maybe getting some online training for our sales teams and our refresh teams, because we feel like we've got a strength of everyone doing it around the country, drawing it together, maybe getting some challenges.
And hopefully more awards.
Yes, more awards. You started the ball rolling for me.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, it's been lovely to chat to you. Is there anything else you want to share?
No, I just want to thank you. I think, you think winning an award is you get an award and you walk away with it. But recently I've just had my, article about myself in the local magazine. I'm going to radio on Friday.
Brilliant. Great.
Today, someone reaching out. So I think it's about brand recognition
definitely.
as well. And it's really raised the motivation of some of our staff. I went into a business today and someone said to me, "Oh, I hear you won an award." Monique was telling us she'd won an award, and she was obviously so proud that the award won. So I think it's been great for everyone, the whole team around me.
Oh, fantastic. And you did such a great, we call it the winner's walk, and you were dancing up to the stage. You didn't quite top Shelley, who did do a full plie dance all the way to the stage, but we were watching you on the video doing your little jigging about on the stage, and it was lovely to see how happy you were.
I had some friends and staff on the table. They said, if you win, you need to make sure you dance up.
And you did. You did, which was great.
It was a really good, everyone had a lovely time that I did.
Oh, no, I'm pleased. And I'm pleased that we've been able to recognise you, Anna, because you are an incredible entrepreneur. I know you have a great team around you, but, you really have worked very hard to get this success, and it's lovely to see you recognised for it. So thank you for joining me today. We will make sure your details of your gorgeous arrangements are in our show notes. And if you're watching the video, we will put them onto YouTube. So you can contact Anna and she will direct you to the right franchisee for your area, or you can head over to her website and have a look. And if you are thinking of, buying a franchise, then Anna is proof of the pudding that actually with the right franchise, you can be very, very successful. So thank you very much for joining me, and we look forward to seeing your journey continue on that upward trajectory.
Great. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you.